How's it going, guys? I'm here with an update on my Rage Vortex Berserker, and things have gotten a little spicy, as I just happened upon a Red Blade banner shield, which gives my Warcries infinite power. What that means is, with the Berserker node, that Warcries grant 10 rage per 5 power if you have less than 25 rage. Essentially means that even in my hideout, I can Warcry and be at max rage. So I'm now at 75 rage. And I'm super fast. And then I can use my Rage Vortex. So I can now enter a map, Warcry, and there we go. Now I can Rage Vortex at like maximum power. So I haven't upgraded, like I threw on whatever gear I had. I haven't even done an anoint. I threw on the Rage Vortex enchanted helmet. I crafted this with chaos essences as well as the chest armor. Um, I could have crafted another suffix on here for more chaos res, but I wanted the armor. Because yeah, if you're playing a marauder of any type, it's fun. Flasks I got just normal catalyst eternal life flask. I went for a sulfur flask. This is my poison. A quartz flask so I can walk through enemies, and that one removes burning. My quicksilver removes freeze and chill so I can still be shocked, and I threw on my lion's roar that qualityed all the way up as well. That gives me more melee damage. So the links I'm using in this, now that I dropped the shield crush, I've got Rage Vortex, Brutality, Impale, Fortify, melee physical damage, and Pulverize. I haven't POB'd this at all. There might be better links. So I've got Steel Skin, Shield Charge, and Intimidating Cry all linked to Life Tap. So they're not using mana at all. I've got Vulnerability and Ancestral Protector linked with Maim, also linked to Life Tap, so they're not costing mana. Running Pride, Vitality. I have a Berserk, but I haven't used it yet. Berserk drains my rage, but gives me more damage and less damage taken. This will probably wait till I get Chainbreaker. I'm using Corrupting Fever just for some extra damage, because it'll stack Corrupting Blood charges. Using a Dread Banner to fill out my Impale chance. I can drop it for extra Fortify effect on bosses and such. I have a dash to get up and down ledges, and then I have a cast on death portal. I'm still leveling, not like if I'm gonna die, I'd rather have the portal there, and like I still have a couple sockets that I'm figuring out. So the tree will be linked down in the description. I've just kind of gone with whatever. I have it's under my face. I have aggressive bastion down here mainly because I get endurance charge on kill while holding a shield. It's only 5% chance, but that is 5% chance to get endurance charges, which is pretty cool. I went out here and got slaughter because this gives me onslaught chance. Got the impale stuff. War cries exert one additional attack down here. Once I got the shield, I kind of changed things up. I removed these nodes here to connect this down here and grab this Warcry node. Actually, I'm going to do this right now because I think it's really important to highlight this too. I'm going to take out this Harvester of Foes node that I'll get back later and get combat control. Warcries cannot exert travel skills. So now, when I Warcry, I'm not going to be using up my exerted attacks when I'm shield charging, which is an issue I was having. So how I leveled this character, what I was working on here, is at first I was just running New Vestir maps, the white maps. That is because I've been trying to hunt for legions. And it just so happened that lighthouses are in this region, so I was running lighthouses, and sure enough, that's how I got the shield to drop off the boss. So now I've thrown one watchstone in, and I'm running yellow maps now. So I've got a T8 lighthouse map that I'm going to throw in here, show you how things are going. I think I've pretty much gone over everything. Here's all basic. It's all in the POB. Nothing special about this ring. It's just rolled really nicely. Um, so yeah, I do need some amount of mana because Vitality takes a set mana reservation. So I need to have enough mana to still be able to level the Vitality because I want lots of life regen. So that's why I'm running the Vitality. Life regen counteracts the lose 0.1% of life per rage. So 7.5% life degen at maximum rage for me. But it gets triple the effect, and I'm immune to stuns while above 25 rage. Alright, so let's go. Ooh, Champchains. Gross. As you can see, I Warcry once, and now I have massive Rage Vortexes. That's because Rage Vortex gains more damage and has more AoE per the amount of rage sacrificed. It sacrifices 20% of your rage to give it more AoE. So if I'm above 25 rage, I will expend 10 rage when I Warcry, but it also gives me 50% more damage on my exerted attacks, which I get 3 of, which are doing double damage, while the Intimidating Cry exerted attacks are up. So here, like I've got 40 something enemies. Here's enemies. I'm going to expend rage, but now these it's only if you've expended rage recently, so you only have 4 seconds after expending rage for a Warcry to be able to get the effect. But it's also really nice, and I haven't even proc the Corrupting Fever. It's really easy to forget. That's just a little bit of extra damage. I'm not really scaling at all. It's just there. Like, why not? Just push that extra button once a map. It would be really, really nice to... Uh-oh. Frozen. It'd be really, really nice to have... be able to run Blood Rage and get Frenzy Charges, which I don't know if I have the sustainability, but I do have a lot of physical damage reduction from the armor on my gear and whatnot. You can see there, like, I noticed, it's like, oh, I don't watch my rage as much down here or up here. Once I start seeing really tiny rage vortexes, I know it's like, okay, I need to throw out a war cry. I'm more pay attention to my like number of exerted attacks on the intimidating cry because exerted attacks deal double damage. So I'm doing 50% damage while I don't have those up. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We'll get logbooks. We'll grab this. Monsters hits are always critical strikes. We'll avoid that. Get all this stuff. Immune to chaos. Yeah, we can just kind of grab all of this. Yeah. So now I have no rage, but then I can Warcry, and now I have rage. And then I get fortify. I can curse if needed. Oh, come on. I get frozen, and that's... My character's still running. I don't know what happened there. But it's also why I cast on Death Portal, because I'm going to show right back up in here. I'm going to Warcry Corrupting Fever and launch this. And sometimes the animation bugs out and you don't see it. It actually did cast right when I like entered the portal, but it wasn't visible. I've noticed that a couple times, that it just won't show up visually. And having myself an Enduring Cry would probably be pretty helpful. I just haven't done that yet. I still got some like fleshing out of the smaller things. I've just been kind of focusing on leveling at this point. And I haven't even done Uber Lab. I don't know what I want to do with Uber Lab. I might go for the 40% more damage, just because. Ooh, a Cold Iron Point. Look at that. Now I have 2 of those. Now we get to loot all this stuff. I still don't like looting this stuff. You open chests, and then you have to pick up the things, and then they take up half your inventory. Okay. I feel like I spend more time dealing with those. Like, I need freeze immunity. I can't rely on this flask. Because sometimes things go a little slower. Like, it's fantastic to just, like, annihilate even a boss and just, like, one, use of the Rage Vortex. If you have enough Rage, like, it'll just annihilate stuff. Now, if I was using a second wind, and I could cast my Intimidating Cry twice, I could get the double. I could launch myself up to max rage, and then use it again to get 50% more damage on the effect. Ooh, why is oak? Well, I dropped my Dread Banner here, so it's pretty much how I'm just like surviving this nonsense that's going on. I think the boss is dead. That extra Fortify effect is really nice. Another 10% less damage taken while at max stages. It's really easy to build charges up, especially once you have Fortify effect and whatnot. And things that don't want to die like this, you just cast vulnerability on it. It's not the fastest thing right now, but like when you're at max rage, like you can move so fast with the triple rage effects without frenzy charges even. And like it's a little messy, I will say, because you're like planning your attacks so much. It's not like you can just like spam down stuff because you're like constantly like gaining and losing rage all the time. So it's a little messy. Like, I feel like I've cleared this whole map, but still 50 monsters remaining. Which I don't mind too much. It's fine. But that's where things are at there. Now, it's also been a couple days since I've gone over my show and tell stuff. Which, hold on, point is pretty cool. Well, let me go through this. Yesterday I mentioned I was going to go through blueprints. And, actually, let's pull this up here. Because I need to show off what I did. I had this blueprint. It is item level 83 prohibited library, and it had 10 fragment rewards stacked through it. That is 10 chances of these chests, so 20 different chests that can drop scarabs, sacrifice fragments, mortal fragments, offerings, and even like once you get into the 81 plus, it can drop fragments for Shaper and Elder. So I'm like out here running out of heists with an inventory that looks like this, essentially. So like there's 3/4 of an Elder attempt right in there, plus a Legion, plus like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attempts at Champchains. Like it was insane what I was getting out of these. But I only had 2 replica or experimented items blueprints that were above level 72. The rest of them were low level. So I only ran those. And what I got out of that was I pulled out item level 85, Hedron Bow, which this comes with a big implicit fire damage to attacks on it, so it could be used for something. I got item level 85, Potentiality Rod. It gives +1 max power and endurance charges as an implicit. I got an alternating scepter. This gives secrets of suffering, so this can turn your ignites, chill, freeze, shock into scorch, brittle, and sapped, which I did do last league with my self-cast Ice Spear Inquisitor. That was pretty cool. So I couldn't pass up the chance at a high item level one of those, as well as Item level 85 Void Fangs, which gives big implicit chaos damage, which this is a great weapon to craft for a poison build. So the wings that didn't give me any good items, I got Replica India's Epiphany. This gives a bunch of buffs to power charges, increased damage, life regen, and movement speed per power charge. So those are pretty cool. Replica Bones of Uller. Summon phantasms, summon raging spirits, can refresh their duration when they hit a unique enemy, which can just let you stack like infinite summon raging spirits on bosses, pretty much. I got Replica Siegebreaker. Your minions spread burning ground, dealing 20%, or on death, dealing 20% of their maximum life as fire damage per second. And minions have a chance to maim enemies with attacks. And then I got Replica Red Trail, which gain power charges on hit while you are poisoned. So if you have a way to poison yourself, you can get power charges on hit, which is pretty nice. Chaos Res while stationary, increased movement speed while poisoned, gives you footprints, and 50% chance for spell hits against you to inflict poison, which is pretty interesting. So I grabbed those as well. Now, I don't know what it was that made this card drop, the Astromancer. This dropped off of an enemy in a prohibited library blueprint. I don't know if it was a unique enemy or a rare enemy. It dropped a few rare items as well. So it was either a rare or unique enemy, I believe. But it dropped this card. Only one of 7, but for a double corrupted Eternity Shroud. So this is rare, without a doubt. So I also got a Defiance Banner, increased aura effect, Helm Enchant off a Incubator. This came off an Incubator as well. Siphoning Trap's beam to you grants 1% reduced damage taken for each other beam. So, you can get yourself, there's ways to get 2 Siphoning Traps out at a time. If they all connect to 10 enemies, that's 20% reduced damage taken. This Helm Chant is a defensive like masterpiece in like huge swarmed by enemies encounters, like your expeditions and whatnot. So since I got all those Elder fragments, I ran another Elder and got a Shimmer on. Disappointing. I would love to have an Impresence for this character so I could run Blasphemy Vulnerability and just not have to deal with that at all. And then I corrupted a Tabula, got +2 duration gems on it, which is fantastic. Great thing. And from the 3 or 4 Legion counters I've ran, this is the only Timeless Jewel that I've gotten. Glorious Vanity, which is useful, but not the one I need. I need a Kuri Jewel so that I can get Chainbreaker. Chainbreaker is what I want for this build because that'll give me more tools to play with Rage. So that's where we're at here. I'm gonna keep toying with things, keep progressing this character for tomorrow. I sadly did not get the Rage Axe. I do need to get a better axe and craft a better axe, so I'll probably craft a better axe for tomorrow's video, because I do have lots of fossils. I've got a bunch of corrodids. Not a lot of serratids, but Siege Axes can't roll caster mods anyways, so yeah, we'll see what I can hit with these tomorrow. Anyways, that's going to do it for me for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.